Hello, 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 and welcome to a special episode of What Do You Call It podcast. It's not because I forgot my podcast name, as my guest assumed just before recording. Today's guest is the original human meat suit cloned by Impact Wrestling Knockout, Rosemary. Please welcome Courtney Rush. How you doing today?
Hey, thank you for having me. It's a
No, no, thank
perfectly
you for coming
reasonable
on. It's
assumption. I forget the names of my own stuff lots of times.
Courtney, no. Well,
I
obviously,
say, what do I do again?
to be fair, people are like, what? So do you actually know that? No, it's What Do You Call It podcast, but. Yeah, but I'm glad we've cleared the air with that one, and I'm glad to have you on. Um,
Yeah,
I,
I'm glad to be here.
I just want to start by talking about the ongoing rivalry that you have with the Coven. Um, Yourself, Jessica, Death Dolls, you actually beat them in an untitled match.
Yeah.
Countdown to Under Siege.
How
Now,
come I'm non-title? What the heck?
I know, right? I know, but this can change this week on Impact,
Hmm.
which is why people should tune in this week to Impact
That's
because they
right.
see new Impact Tag Team Knockout Champion. So
Hey,
please,
if you make a witch tab once, you can do it again, right?
it's going to happen, especially that Sharpshooter. I think of beauty, by the way.
Exactly.
I want to know, how do you and Jessica feel going into the match, and how are you going to celebrate when you win?
Oh man. Okay. So I feel really confident. I know that this is necessary. Like
Mm.
Rosemary always put emphasis on the titles in this human world being a source of power.
Hmm.
So if we're going to find out what happened to her, if we're going to find out what happened down in the realm and why I'm here, we need
Hmm.
that kind of power because correct me if I'm wrong, there's not a whole lot of allies left to go through the list of people that would actually help her or me. So this might be on our own. So we got to like this is do or die. We have to win those titles if we're going to figure out any answers around here. So yeah, I do have confidence in us. Titles for life, dude.
I'm
And if
confident in
we're
it as well.
celebrating is
Oh,
that's something I've noticed. Jessica's really into these mimosas things. That's not my style. I say let's go to a nice dive bar, get some blue colored drinks, and let's go.
that's the way, best way in it. Just keeping it simple but
Yeah,
grounded. Uh,
not fancy.
and it'd be good though, because I know Rosemary was the tag team champion, and it'd be good for you to become an Impact's champion. Well, it's gonna happen. She is there though. She is there.
Hey.
There is one thing that I kind of noticed and watched not long ago, and I'm not gonna be like too down on this, but I really liked it. It kind of got to me a little bit as well. Was your diary episode
Yes.
about your injuries and your mental health and just your general struggles, and I thought it was fantastic. Just awareness of mental health and wrestling. Just it's more people more aware now, but
100%.
just
And
need
it all
to.
comes with time too. I mean,
Mm,
everything that I was talking about in the diary was stuff that I was experiencing and
yeah,
didn't know really what I was going through for those 4 years.
yeah,
So it's so much more frustrating when you don't know what you're going through. And it's just like speaking up and sharing that we all go through, well, not we all, but like there are other people who have
mhm,
gone through similar experiences that you have. And I
yeah.
think makes it like, oh, maybe this is what I'm experiencing. And I can go and ask somebody about this. And once you have like a more clearer path to getting help, it's so much easier than just going, please, somebody help me. I don't
Yeah.
know what to do. Yeah.
Just having your colleagues, like obviously speaking high of you, but obviously open up as well about
Oh
their
my God.
concerns and just how you were, and but also like kind of praising you how you handled it and kept going, and it was very rewarding watching it and just seeing where you are now as a person and as a talent.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
But I just
Still
want,
here. That's the
yeah.
struggle, right?
Oh, 100%. I would highly recommend any Impact fan or just any wrestling fan or anyone that just wants to just see a good documentary and just get an understanding of a person. And I would highly recommend it. But I'll go back to Dark Bit Positive, don't worry. I mean, I think it's a positive documentary
It's
anyway.
positive. I find it positive.
I think it's brilliant. I really do like it. But I had to mention it and give you a bit of praise there.
No, I appreciate it.
If Rosemary was here, what would she say about a time in one of my favorite stables, by the way, Decay?
Oh, I love Decay. And it's so funny too because Rosemary really bonded with Steve, but I knew Steve since I started
What?
wrestling. So I sometimes wonder if a lot of my relationships kind of integrated into who Rosemary knew she could trust off the hop
Yeah.
into this realm because like she's not super great at making human relationships and allies. They sort of come to her rather than her go to them. And then
Yeah.
she just kind of like lets them stay like a stray dog that just sort of followed you home. she's not super good at it. But I think the ones that she knew that she could connect to were the ones that I had developed a relationship
Mm.
before the possession. Steve being one of them. My former tag partner Casey Spinelli, she formed Danger Zone with at some point, and then also the rivalry with Cherry Bomb. She naturally became an enemy of Cherry Bomb, who then became into Allie, and then this whole all across timeline stories. Like, Allie's great. I hate Cherry Bomb, but Allie's awesome. So I love that people could have a better version of themselves in a different timeline, don't you?
I love it.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like just what's going on, but you just never know. Like it's just
Mm-hmm.
so brilliant. I didn't actually know you trained with Steve. Was that with in Scott Demore School?
With what? Sorry.
No, was that in Scott Demore School where you trained with Steve?
Yes, yes. Oh well, no, he trained with Eric Young.
Oh, okay.
And then I met him very, very early in my career, like within the first 6 months, I want to
Mm.
say. And I actually learned a lot, like a lot of EY's crew, Crazy Steve, Sean Spears, Jake O'Reilly, all like incredibly really good talent in Ontario. So I learned a lot from that crew as well. And then there's El Tornado is another one who's kind of like one of my wrestling dads, him and EY.
No, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
While Rose, we did have a great one in Impact. I want to know about you, Courtney Rush. I want to know what do you want to achieve in Impact? I know you got the big title match tomorrow,
Yeah.
actually, around the corner.
Yes.
But let's just look at, I don't know, further ahead. Say for example, not say for example doesn't happen, and
Yeah.
I think it's going to happen, but we'll see. Fingers crossed. But is there anything else that you want to do? Like, is there anything? Oh, actually, this would be quite cool. I know Rosemary did it, but maybe I can do something different.
Thing, man. Like I went to Scott Demore School because I wanted to be a TNA knockout.
Yeah.
And then when I got to TNA, it was under Rosemary's control and under Rosemary's guidance, and she's in the driver's seat. So I really have never got to like experience the dream that I achieved and like becoming a knockout. So yeah, there's so much here. Like there's a lot of history. There's a lot of people I haven't faced yet. I answered recently like Rosemary has had several opportunities against Deanna, but I personally would love to have a match with Deanna Purrazzo. I think personally she's one of the best technical wrestlers in the world, regardless of gender. And I would really like to test my technical prowess against her rather than Rosemary's beat 'em up, smash mouth style.
No, that'd be good. I think you and Trinity as well. That'd be quite a good match.
Mm-hmm. Oh, 100%.
She's making an impact. No,
She has a lot of targets on her back right now, though. I'm like, just let her give her some room.
but no, it's cool. I like your style. It's not just so different to how like Rosemary was, and then you know, 'cause I know
Yeah.
you actually were before Rosemary, and you like Shimmer and you know Shine and
Mm-hmm.
making a name for yourself. But what I want to ask, and I want to switch off wrestling by the way, just because I heard it in a previous interview, and it's quite a fun question. I'm
Okay.
a big Kevin Smith fan. You said that you
Okay. Yes.
also a Kevin Smith fan. So I want
Yes.
to ask you if you can just give me your top three Kevin Smith films. I'm not going to make you rank
Well,
them all because that might be a bit difficult and obviously time frame, but top three Kevin Smith films.
so I struggle with one and two because they can be interchangeable sometimes. Like
Mhm.
Mallrats is my like all-time favorite. But I think Dogma is his best. I
Oh,
think it's
Doc
brilliant.
Good.
And especially with like obviously with Rosemary, all of like the like tongue-in-cheek like religious implications that I like put in with like her background and her father being the devil and all that fun stuff. I really like playing with like the idea of maybe the lore of Christianity isn't what everyone it's the same as like Greek mythology,
Yeah.
like Egyptian is it's kind of using the characters, and like obviously people are gonna get hot about it, but I'm sorry, they're characters.
I totally agree. I know
Yeah,
everyone's got
they're
their
both their
opinion.
characters
No one's
in
putting it as well, by the way. Like it's him actually being there in the protest for Dogma,
yeah.
and then not
Oh, I
realizing he's
loved
the
it. That was
director.
brilliant. When I heard that, oh my god, he's just a genius. I love anything that causes that kind of backlash over comedy. You're on the right
Just
track.
like joining in, just like not without them having a clue, just like, yeah, I hate it too. I made it.
Yeah, oh, so good. And yeah, Mallrats generally is like one that I can watch any time of the day, and like I'll randomly just shout out, that kid is on the escalator again. Because
And
Brody's my all-time favorite character.
the more rats, Dogma. What will be the third one?
probably Clerks 2.
That's a mine.
Yeah.
That's a mine. But I'd
Okay.
actually say Chase and Amy is my favorite.
Okay.
I absolutely love it. Clerks
Yeah.
2, I feel bad for leaving that Dogma, but just in terms of repetition, how many times I watched it, Jay and Silent Bob. I like
Strike
the
Back.
first
Okay,
one,
yeah. I
Strike
was
Back.
gonna say Strike Back, but then I was like, I don't know. I feel like Clerks 2 belongs there in 3.
Oh, Clerks 2, I think because I saw that in cinema, I absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
And I saw Clerks 1 after Clerks 2. It's kind of
Yeah.
fucked up how
I did too. Yeah. I
uh,
watch a lot of things in reverse.
Clerks 3, I won't spoil it in case someone hasn't seen it, if they're not up to date with the film series. Oh my God,
The
like
reasons.
get the kids
Yeah.
out, that's all I'm gonna say. But you'll still have a good time, but
Yes.
just prepare yourself. But yeah, no, I had to ask you that. And I like to switch off from
Oh,
this.
100%. I love
I know
that.
my friend
That's a great
Timmy will
question.
thank me for asking me that. Um, what I would like to ask is, with Impact Tour in Australia,
Hmm.
are you looking forward to that?
That's super cool. It's so funny when like opportunities for like a company that is like trying to grow and trying to like get themselves back up and
Mhm.
like something happens like right place, right time. Like if I'm not mistaken, this Australia show came about because of some sort of scheduling conflict with New Japan, and like Impact has stepped in and like kind of like run the show. And that's super cool that like some that like Impact can step up and take on a project of this scale when like so for how many years, how many people have written off Impact as the old sinking ship? You
Yeah,
know what I
yeah.
mean? And like if Impact can step up and take this, and then who knows what opportunities in the
Come back
future?
to the
Like,
UK. Like
oh my
Impact
God, exactly, right?
used to be insane. It used to do really good
Yes.
numbers. Fans are proper into it. There's a one point that
Oh,
people are watching Impact over WWE, more people. But they had
yes.
more viewerships on a weekly basis because Impact just had that fan base. And I think Impact is on the rise. I'm not just saying that because I've got you on and and I do
No,
genuinely.
I agree. I would be honest. I'd be like, yeah.
But I think more
Yeah.
people are paying attention to Impact now, and I like that.
I
Just
agree.
the
And
roster.
especially with UK, let me tell a real quick story.
Go for it, yeah.
With the UK TNA Impact fans, like,
Mhm.
oh my God, they're on another level. Like my second loop actually. My first loop as Rosemary and Impact was in Pennsylvania, and then the very second loop was the last UK tour that TNA did.
Yeah,
And so yeah, we did like 3 dates, and it was like amazing, and the crowd was incredible. And this was literally the first time we're coming out as Decay, because the stuff we had shot in Pennsylvania hadn't aired yet,
yeah.
but we came out as Decay in, I think it was Wembley, and the music's playing, like the Marilyn Manson
No, that
Nobodies is
theme song's
playing,
epic, by the way. Oh,
and we come out and the people are singing our theme song
yeah,
back to us, and we haven't even debuted on television yet,
yeah.
but the Impact like UK fans were so like, they're like, oh, we're in.
Oh, yeah,
As we
100%.
come out on the stage and this whole ass crowd is singing, and we're like, let's fucking go.
That's pretty cool. I like to hear
It
that.
was such an incredible, I still get goosebumps when I think about that moment.
That's awesome. I'm glad to hear
Yeah.
you embrace UK fans. Tell me your favorite Kevin
Mm.
Smith films, and obviously tomorrow, hopefully you guys will do it. Death Dolls, I'm rooting for you guys, but we'll find out tomorrow. That's why people should tune into Impact Wrestling tomorrow if you can.
Hmm.
Keep up with what you've got planned, or if they want to see stuff that Rosemary did in the past.
Yes.
Obviously, did a lot in her career.
Lots of
Who
stuff.
knows?
A lot
Might
of it's on
come back
Impact
as well.
Plus.
So they can do that obviously with the Zone and Impact Plus and Insiders. But thank you very much for your time, Courtney. It's been really
Thank you.
awesome, just fun talking to you. But I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and everyone else keep up to date with Impact and keep up to date with me, which you can in description handles below. Thanks. Hello there. I've got a special announcement for my next guest.
Hi, I'm Courtney Rush, formerly known as Rosemary, and you can catch me on What You Call It podcast.
You heard.